What are the benefits of real estate investing?
Investing in general, like buying and selling property, wholesaling property, right? Fixing and flipping. There's so many ways to do real estate. It's like you can cut it so many ways. I personally love to buy and hold assets because I feel like, because of the appreciation aspect, because I've made most of my money because of my real estate appreciating. And, a lot of my money, I didn't have to work for that appreciation. It was free. I had tenant pay down on my mortgages. So I was having my mortgage being paid down while the real estate was appreciating. So my wealth just went like this,
Yeah.
and it's like just exponential. And it's like, but the thing is, you have to be able to manage it. You have to be able to get the right person to help you if you need help. Even management companies, there's a lot of them out there. They can't do what I was able to do, was able to manage the property and also be able to create so much cash flow on one single property, is what really is a game changer. It's like you can buy a piece of real estate, but if you're only cash flowing $300 to $500 a month, you got to buy a lot of real estate to make some money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's a very slow game. But if you start to see how you can do house hacking, how you can create an additional space, or be able to rent an additional area, or build an additional area, and start to become a developer. So when they ask me what I do, I'm a real estate developer because I build units and I build additional space, and that's why I'm able to create value. Besides renovating the property and getting it to rental value, and fixing it up and raising the rent, it's also being able to have additional cash flow by being able to use real estate already that I have to leverage real estate to build more real estate, and then be able to create more cash flow on single deals versus having to have 30, 40 houses. You can have maybe like 10 or 12 properties, and you can make the same or more money depending on the area.
I mean, the biggest benefits is like what you're doing today is a HELOC for one of our clients is basically being able to park your money into something that is going to be able to appreciate, right?
Yeah.
And give more money.
Yeah.
I think that everybody needs a place to live. I mean, I think it is going to be kind of interesting in the future, when they start like pumping out these 3D printed houses, and maybe that will offset the market. But the American dream is still going to be going hard, where you have your house, you have your white picket fence, your yard where you can have your dogs and stuff. I mean, that's kind of dead too, because like it's not like any of your houses, they're all full of renting out the rooms right now. It's like everybody just basically needs a place to park to put themselves on the shelf, right? The human shelf of their bed.
It depends on your market. Every market is different. You can rent out, I build studios, I build, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms. And I usually buy my properties, 3 to 4 bedrooms minimum, because I'm able to either rent out the whole house if I want to, or I just rent it out in segments. So they're essentially house hacking. There's ways to make more money off your assets. The whole point of the asset is to make money, but also it's always going to be around. People are always going to need a place to live. The rental market will always be around. That's something like you need to eat, you need to sleep, right? Same thing. So those are the benefits. And I would say, being able to cash flow on an asset, and the appreciation, and being able to depreciate the losses in your taxes, another benefit of real estate.
Own something in the real
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. And I would say 4 or 5 benefits: being able to, buy an asset, a hard asset that creates cash flow, being able to get tenant buy down, being able to save money on taxes. And that's a very important thing. Everybody should own at least one piece of real estate to save money on taxes. And I'm being able to appreciate, having an asset that appreciates over time without you having to work for it and make money off that, is very powerful. And also being able to have a land, like a piece of land, or having a hard asset, like you said, where you can actually build on, or you can actually rent for your own self or for others. Essentially, it's you own it. Owning a piece of real estate in the world is cool. It's like you own this place, this area, this place is ours. Yeah, we might not own the land completely, because there's always taxes. Essentially, the United States government has a monopoly on the land, and they're always going to tax you. But at the end of the day, at least you can use it, and you own it essentially on paper, where you can actually use that land and build on it and do whatever you want to, unless there's some restrictions already in place by the government or the state laws, which I've had many situations like that. But essentially, is you have to realize you own that piece of land, and you can do what you want with it, pretty much up to the levels of the law, and that limits you.
You can have a home, right? It's different than a house, where you keep a family, right? Where you can have memories and stuff. So there's a lot of that. You can also have a house somewhere where you travel to, or where you rent out on, the summer, and you travel to in the winter. There's lots of benefits. You can go places. You'll have a place to stay for yourself, for your family, for memories and whatever the hell else to raise your kids. Like there's a lot of benefits to real estate investing. I think being a real estate investor, you get the best deals because you're like in the game and you understand the moves to make, right?
I kind of want to touch on one more thing that I think real estate taught me. There's benefits about having real estate, but I think what real estate, being in real estate or learning about real estate and how real estate works and everything else, I think it kind of levels your IQ where it comes to like being an investor and in general just being savvy with your money and starting to learn how you can leverage real estate and be able to create money out of thin air by using your money multiple times is one way that a lot of people don't realize, that you can actually leverage your real estate and over again. And it's like a bank. It's like it's like having a house that stands there, but then you can actually take a loan against it. You can actually get tax-free money from your real estate as it appreciates. So literally you're printing money as it goes up in value. You're taking money out of this asset and you can live off of it. You can literally live off a house like for years. You know what I mean? Like if you don't really want to fucking pay work or whatever, like you can literally like live off that asset and then work and pay it back and then just live off of the asset, work and pay it back. So you can invest the money that you got in the asset and create another stream of income. That's the beautiful part about real estate. It's an asset that you can leverage just like the banks. And I think the more people start to educate themselves and realize the benefits of real estate and why the banks own so much real estate, like BlackRock, there's a reason why. And it's because it's a place to park your money.
Yeah.